All right, guys, a couple of you asked for some help with the transformers module. So I'm going to get in here. We're going to open transformers up. And first thing I want to remind you guys, there's an excellent overview of the math that's involved in the class notes that come along with each of the modules. And so read through this, read through the introduction. Transformers are inductors, as you recall from our earlier discussion. There's a primary winding and there's a secondary winding. In terms of these equations and abbreviations, the V is for voltage. This is the voltage on the secondary winding, and this is the voltage on the primary winding. And when we look at it in terms of a ratio, we look at secondary to primary, and voltage has a direct relationship with the number of windings, a number of turns. That is to say that if the number of turns on the secondary is smaller than the number of turns on the primary, we're going to see a decrease in voltage, and vice versa. If the number of turns on the secondary is bigger than the number of turns on the primary, we'll see an increase in voltage. For current, it's an exact inverse of that, and that's why as this equation lines up, it's inverted. And if the number of turns on the secondary is less than the number of turns on the primary, we're going to see an increase in current on the secondary winding. And if the number of turns on the secondary is larger than the number of turns on the primary, we'll see a decrease in current. So remember, voltage is a direct relationship and current is an inverse relationship. Okay, now it's very important to take a look at the examples. The examples walk you through exact calculations and the things you need to know for that module. In this case, we know that the number of turns on our primary is 60. We know the voltage on our primary is 15 volts. We know that the measured voltage on the secondary is 120. So in this case, we're going to step up in our transformer here. We also know that we have a load resistance of 30 ohms. That's this right here. Let's use a little Ohm's law. If you take 120 volts and you have 30 ohms, you can figure out what your current is. 120 divided by 30 gives you a value of 4. So we know that our current in this case is 4 amps. Now, plug in for the values here in this equation. The 120 volts on our secondary to our 15 volts on our primary. And equivalently, you take your unknown secondary turns to the known 60 turns. Now we simply cross multiply to get our equation here and figure out that NS is 480 turns. Take that previously calculated value of Ohm's law, the 4 amps, that's worked out here, and then we can plug it into the amperage equations, filling in again what we know. The newly calculated 480 turns on a secondary to the 60 turns that was given on our primary. Remember, it's an inverse relationship here, so our secondary current is down here on the bottom, primary current is up here. You cross multiply, and in this example, they're able to figure out that that unknown current is 4 amps. Looking at that, and that makes sense. Our voltage has increased on the secondary winding, therefore our current will decrease. And when you look at the relationship, the primary current will be high and the secondary current will be low. Everything makes sense to that end. Okay, let's look at the problem now. This is what you're going to see when you go into the problems. You have a schematic up here that shows an AC source. Our transformer is right here in the middle. So here's our primary winding back to our AC source. Here's our secondary winding that is powering a load of 5.33. Important to remember that's 5.33 we're going to be using in our Ohm's law calculations. It's also indicated over here on the board. This is our component board. You see your AC power source powering the primary side of a physical transformer, and this is the secondary side with a power resistor in the middle. Power resistor is a value of 5.33 ohms. Let's look at what they gave us. They gave us turns on our primary at 384. We know the voltage values on both the primary and the secondary. There's 96 volts on the primary, 16 volts on the secondary. Right away, in looking at this, I know this is a step-down transformer because our voltage has dropped from primary to secondary. Okay, our our first calculations here is let's figure out how much did it drop by. You can take the 96, divide it by the 16, and see it's dropped by a factor of 6. Because it's dropped by a factor of 6, take 384, divide that by 6, and get 64 as the number of turns on your secondary. Go ahead and plug that in there. Now, let's do some calculations to figure out what our current value is over here on the secondary winding. If the secondary voltage is 16 and our load is 5.33, we can use Ohm's law. 16 divided by 5.33 ohms gives us a value of 3 amps. I know that the secondary current is 3 amps. Now, because this is a step-down transformer, it's a step down in terms of voltage, but that would be a step up in terms of current. When the voltage is stepping down to the secondary, we know our current is stepping up to the secondary. So I'm expecting my primary current to be a lesser value than my secondary current. It will also be by a factor of 6. So in this case, I can take my 3 amps and divide that by 6, use division instead of multiplication, to get an answer of 0.5. 0.5 amps is the current on my primary. Before I submit this for grade, let's look through things and make sure it makes sense to us. My turns. So we see a decrease in the number of turns, and that should correlate with voltage. Primary voltage to secondary voltage is also a decrease. We've calculated this out to be a factor of 6. Because we're decreasing as we look towards the secondary, we should be increasing our current. So a 0.5 amp primary should increase by a factor of 6 to a 3 amp secondary. Go ahead and grade this. And I got them all correct. So I can move on to the next problem. So hopefully this helps you guys work through. If you have problems, don't forget you can always email me.